Good morning, everybody. You join me, Martin Rides Online, this morning as we head towards BMW's centennial birthday. 100 years of riding pleasure. BMW, make life a ride. Seeing as we're celebrating their birthday, I decided, you know what, let me give you guys a little bit of education, because education is important, but riding is importanter. So BMW, obviously, seeing as this is the 100th birthday, was founded in 1916. Strangely enough, that was not in August of 1916, it was actually in March. But the Rapp Motor Works and Otto Aircraft Works joined together to form BMW. Now, they of course made aircraft engines, and that probably led to the myth about the BMW emblem being a propeller against a white propeller against a blue sky. That was actually an ad campaign that ran a couple of years after its formation. The real logo was actually a black circle taken from Rapp Engine Works that used to have a black horse head in it and replaced with the Bavarian colors of white and blue. And that was the true origin of the BMW logo. BMW, of course, making aircraft engines, supplied all the engines for aircraft during World War I. And when the war ended, the Treaty of Versailles banned BMW from making aircraft engines. So they moved to motorcycles. And in 1923, released their first motorcycle, the R32. And for 1923 till today, there is technology that still carries through to each and every single motorbike produced by BMW. Well, not each and every single motorbike. Well, I suppose if you take round wheels, yeah. But in fact, the R32, thank you, the R32 had a boxer engine, otherwise known as a flat twin, and a shaft drive. I mean, what lunacy is this? A shaft drive? Yeah. And what does my baby have? Flat twin with a shaft drive. So, technology works, baby. Anyway, at the end of World War II, after having had the shit blown out of them by the Allies, of course, because factories and plants that manufactured machines were, of course, bombed the crap out of. And at the end of the war, BMW had to start fixing all the Allied machines that they had brought through, and with a whole bunch of other destroyed factories, sort of made pots and pans for civilian usage. So anyhow, BMW, while supplying bikes and everything to troops during World War II, at the end of the war, BMW once again went back to bikes to save them and brought out the R24. And don't ask me why the numbering is different, that the R24 came out after the R32, but that's just the way it is. But yeah, so they brought out the R24 and carried up from there. Now, somewhere out in the 70s, biking became a sort of niche market, and you know, started becoming trendy, and BMW started really coming into its own and used the profits from that to bolster their car manufacturing. So skip forward a few years to 1980, and BMW releases the R80 GS, their first on-off-road bike. Now GS, which I always thought stood for ground and street, does actually stand for ground and street. The GS stands for Geländestraße, which is Gelände meaning felt or field or terrain, and Straße meaning street. So very nice of the Germans to make it a logical naming convention. So as they carried on, bringing up all these nice world-winning bikes, BMW then in 1996 identified a market for people like myself, and in 1996 brought out the first BMW 1100RT, or R1100RT. RT, you know it was coming. I always thought it was Road Tourer. Totally wrong. Apparently RT, German for race tourer. So in fact the RT's name is tourer or travel tourer. Race, travel, tourer. So it's actually not a RT, it's a TT. So I ride a BMW TT. Take that, all you Audi drivers. And we're on our way to the BMW Centennial Birthday Bash out at Redstar Raceway. So I thought, well, why don't I tell you a little bit about Redstar Raceway? And to try and do that, I contacted their information center and tried to get a little bit of information out of them. You know, stuff like what was the track modeled after, which corners have significant things to them, blah blah, fish sticks this way, that way. Unfortunately, their website doesn't contain any information like that, and the information center told me to go look at the website. So all I can basically tell you about Redstar Raceway is, yeah, it's about 6 years old. It's a very nice racetrack. It does host several classes of event, from open wheel, Formula Volkswagen, the Golf Cup. It does a lot of superbike SBK riding. It's got a riding school, racing school. Now let me tell you, you are so lucky that you're not riding with me, because those little sheepies make one hell of a stink. This is very fresh out here. Well guys, you sat all the way through that road getting to Redstar Raceway, and I didn't have any battery left, so I couldn't record anything of that day. Not to mention the fact that it was actually rather disappointing. But anyway, I felt bad that we went to a point of interest and I didn't show you anything about that point of interest. So I'm going to put a little annotation in the windshield here, and that will take you through to a race video posted by Ryan Skinner. Now click on that annotation, go look at Ryan Skinner's channel, blow it up people, and let's get this guy some proper YouTube love and get him to post some more epic race videos for us.